So if you're using a bench shirt, these are things that typically happen that you're going to want to avoid. Is going to help your bench a ton, your positioning, your control with the weight. Hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com, and today we are talking about the 3 biggest mistakes to avoid as an equipped lifter. Alright, so the first thing we're going to start with is drive your position up early. Alright, and make sure that you hold and maintain that leg drive so you don't collapse. And what I mean by that is make sure that your leg drive is set in before you're going to receive the bar. Because a lot of times with lifters, right, they get lifted all this weight's coming out and get loaded in their hands, upwards 800 something pounds sometimes, right? That is going to be very difficult to stabilize and control unless you have your leg drive to drive your position up and to maintain that while that weight's coming out. Because once that weight gets loaded into your system, right, the nature is for you to collapse with that weight. All right, that's a lot of weight pressing your body down. Okay, so you need to match that weight with enough leg drive to hold yourself up against it. All right, so that leg drive needs to be set in early. That's mistake number 1 to avoid. Mistake number 2 to avoid. Make sure that you don't tuck too early in your bench shirt. This is what happens to a lot of lifters. They hear that you have to tuck in the shirt, you have to drive the elbows in, but they do so right off the bat. And what ends up happening is the shirt locks up so quick on them that they're gonna have a lot of trouble touching as they come down to the belly. All right, so they get the weight, they start tucking so early that they end up locking up there. All right. You want to make sure that you stay patient, you spread, you stay elbows wide, spread, pull the weight down as far as you can to load up the chest plate. And then once you feel that chest plate start to really load up and you can't get much further, now you start to tuck down towards your belly and drive elbows in. All right, so avoid tucking too early. That's gonna save you a lot of headache there. Mistake number 3 to avoid, all right, making sure that you don't jack your equipment up too soon. Meaning, try to avoid having to pull the collar down or bunch the sleeves up. You know, these are awesome tools to get more pop out of a shirt. So typically we can bring the chest collar down to allow there to be more spring. When we get down with the weight, we can bring the triceps, we can bunch up the sleeve material of the shirt, pull it lower on our arms, right, to get more lockout support. All right, so all these things makes it so that we get more out of the shirt, but in turn, what does it also do? It makes it a lot harder to control the weight and to get the weight down to your chest. All right, it's gonna command so much more stability that you have to be strong enough to actually maintain that position with the jacked up shirt. So typically, I'll tell lifters to save that for when you really need it. All right, train majority of the time with the shirt positioned up high, leave the collar up, just get it set, get the armpits up, the shirt up the armpits rather, all right, and then save the jacking of the shirt and all the modifications for if you're doing heavy lockout work or if you really need it at a meet. Because if you go to it all the time, then, and you have to try to do that at the meet, it's very difficult to have consistency in your benching. All right, so save the jacking of the shirt for when you really need it. All right, guys, so there's 3 big mistakes to avoid as a shirted bencher. Hopefully these help you out a ton in your lifting. Coach Ben here, and you know where to find me. You can meet me on a bench. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel over here. Check out the links in the description box below. You can see a video related on this topic right here, and then our latest video right there. Thanks for watching.